Hi, this is part two to my presentation titled The Justice Gap. In part one of the presentation, we discussed what the justice gap is. As a reminder, that's the difference between the civil legal needs of middle to low income persons and the resources available to meet those needs. Now, I want to discuss the issues with the criminal justice system. Specifically, this is going to be in regards to defendants who have a right to an attorney, yet don't always get the best quality of representation. To unpack one of the main issues within the criminal justice system, I want to briefly discuss a case involving a defendant named Mr. Terrence Miller. Terrence was indicted on drug charges. 4 days before his trial, he was appointed a new attorney. Though the new attorney requested a continuance, meaning he wanted more time, in order to prepare and speak with his client, the judge denied the request. The trial proceeded with the new attorney, who had not tried a criminal case in several years. The appointed attorney never has a chance to talk to witnesses, the former attorney, or any investigators. He also was not given any opportunity to prepare his client for the stand. The only conversation Terrence had with the new attorney was speaking in a hallway right before the trial began. As a result, Terrence was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment. Then, when he tried to appeal the decision, meaning getting another court to review that decision to possibly overturn it, that court ruled in favor of the original court. The court stated that because Terrence was unable to show that if he did talk to his attorney, the outcome would have been different, they denied the request. So why did this happen? Why didn't Terrence get the chance he needed to speak or have an attorney that was fully prepared? Why did Terrence get an attorney assigned to him to begin with? Was it because he had a right to a lawyer? Yes, it is our constitutional right. Under the Sixth Amendment, we have the right to an attorney in most cases if we cannot afford one. The phrase, "you have the right to an attorney," also is reminded when officers give Miranda rights. You know, you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be provided for you. I want to play a clip for you that shows the importance of knowing this right. Though this video is an exaggeration and meant to be a little comical, it reminds us that the rights we are guaranteed are important. Having that right came from the groundbreaking case Gideon versus Wainwright. Without going into too much detail, the outcome was that an indigent defendant has the right to an attorney in most cases if one cannot be afforded. Indigent means someone who is unable to provide the necessities of life like food, clothing, and shelter. 90% of defendants who were identified as indigent asked for a court-appointed attorney. According to the Bureau of Justice statistics, those who sought court-appointed attorneys were mostly minorities, those without a job, and those without an education. This makeup of disproportionality is likely related to bias and racial profiling. If you would like more information on that, I'd recommend reading The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Now, these individuals are assigned court-appointed attorneys, but due to heavy workloads and not enough attorneys staffed, these inmates are often treated very differently than those with private attorneys. These defendants find themselves in any of the following outcomes, like longer prison times and pleading guilty even when innocent. So, though someone's freedom is on the line, it is hard to avoid instances like Terrence Miller's from happening. You're probably thinking this is unfair, and you should. This is unfortunate, and this is a reality that happens every day. Some people suggest defendants are unaware of their rights and that the solution is to inform defendants that they should just sue their attorney if they find themselves in a situation where the attorney didn't represent them in the best possible way. Sure, there are options available for a client to file a claim against their attorney after they lose, but the bar is extremely high. Judges have ruled that doing the following will not cause for getting a new trial: taking illegal drugs, driving to court drunk, falling asleep during trial. So what do you do? What you do is listen to part 3 of this presentation. In part 3 of this presentation, I'm going to walk you through the various options for seeking legal assistance, whether it's getting a limited scope representation or whether it's doing it all on your own, acting as your own attorney in a pro se capacity.